Hey y'all, Trashy here. We're at the 212th commemoration of the Battle of Horseshoe Bend, and I am with,
Jake Tiger,
and you are Seminole, correct?
Oklahoma Seminole.
I wanted to ask you about what you were wearing. You said I heard you earlier say this was all from the early 1800s time period.
Yeah, so everything that I have displayed out here, and I have three different time periods. So all the stuff that you have on that bison robe is pre-contact. So all that is, in my opinion, the truest form of southeastern American Indian Muskogean material culture. Now, we usually see most of this stuff, right? The cloth material, the beads, the silver, silk, cotton, wool, all that. But nobody ever talks about how it came to be. And so I brought all this stuff out here, and it's all stuff that was accumulated through the American fur trade. So we would get stuff, French made items out of Fort Toulouse and then over in Wetumpka in the 1750s. Um, and even afterwards, American fur trade even happened all the way up to 1874. So, and most of it is just to show people that, it's not just one contextual history. It's so expansive when we talk about the material culture and the people as a whole. So it's not just to show that Muskogean Seminole history ended with Horseshoe Bend. Um, it happened before and it happened after.
And it's
So
still happening today.
yeah, today, right?
One question for you. I noticed the neck piece there. You have one, and on the display there's three. Can you
Mm-hmm.
tell me about what is that significance?
So the Gorjees are sterling silver pieces, and so they were. So we had our own Gorgees, but they were made out of lightning bug shells, right, out from the Gulf. Now, with the arrival of Europeans, we see British and French officers coming in wearing these really cool brass and silver pieces, and that was a piece that was transcended over from the medieval period out in Europe. Where if you go to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, you see those knights of armor that have these giant gorgets that are real broad. Well, with the invention of black powder technology, they're not going to do hand-to-hand combat and wear full plates of armor. So what they're going to do is they're going to strip away all the knights of armor. Now soldiers are just wearing wool coats and modern military attire essentially. But they took one piece that was brought down and they scaled down those gorgets, and so you see officers wearing those. When the Europeans had arrived here and they saw that we had our own, they gifted them to us. So it was a diplomacy piece. So it was kind of significant to show one warrior from one culture giving another warrior from a different culture, kind of like a declaration of war, right? So it was more of a diplomacy piece essentially.
Well, I appreciate you telling me a little bit about this. And from Horseshoe Bend, Trashy, out.